Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. I'm back. This is Marco from Tarot by Marco, and I'm going to do a little love reading today. Because to be honest with you, yesterday it was a billion degrees. I worked in a sweaty warehouse and I was wiped out. But today I got off work and I have the next 2 days off. So salud, my friends. All right. Let's talk about love, baby. Where the hell am I going to put this down? All right, I'll put it over here. So, what I always do is I'm going to pick a zodiac sign, or I think I'm throwing something else in there too. Like if it comes out an element, then the reading will be for the 3 signs of that element. So, I got my zodiac cards right here, and I'm going to pick a card for a lucky zodiac sign that we could do a love reading for. And I got Capricorn. Capricorn. I think I've done Capricorn already before. So Capricorn, they're earth signs. So that means that they love, they're sensual. Earth signs tend to be very sensual lovers. But they're also, especially with Capricorns, they're very driven. And they know what they want. And they know what they don't want. And if you ain't bossed up or trying to get to where they're going, what level they're on, they won't deal with you. So, but they're loyal. They are, they tend to give great advice. And they'll be your biggest supporters. As long as you're supporting them, they need to feel secure and supported too. So, all right, wonderful, wonderful Capricorn. This love reading is for you, you little sea goats. All right, so now I'm going to go to our beautiful, our Love Angel Oracle by Miss Doreen Virtue. Now that she's a Bible thumper, she doesn't like these cards, but, you know, I'm so glad she made them. I'm sure she made a fortune off them, so I'm sure she ain't complaining that much when the check comes in. You know, maybe she could donate it to something. All right, love angels. What is the message for Capricorn today? All right, what is the message for Capricorn? I got it. Okay. Well, you know, and it kind of makes sense. Capricorns can be they can be very religious people. They're very they have to have structure in the way they think, the way they work, the way they do things. This is a time for fun, this is a time for faith. You know, I mean, if you love schedules, then you'll love a Capricorn. So here we go. We have religious factors are influencing your relationship. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And that could be a wonderful thing. You know, most religions teach about selfless love, love of community, love thy neighbor as you love thyself. Agape is a Greek word that I would say. It's that unconditional, selfless love. And so we're going to look at how that can be a blessing or a hindrance, depending on how it is. You know, I'll tell you something about my parents. My mom raised us as Jehovah's Witnesses. My dad was Catholic. And then most of her family were Catholic. And I'm sure that was a real interesting mix. And my mom is wonderful. In fact, she's a Capricorn. Sag Cap. She's born on the 21st. So sometimes those things do affect love relationships or how you view how you love. Could be dictated by the Bible. It could be the Torah. Whatever religion it is that you ascribe to, excuse me. All right, so I am shuffling the cards right in front of you. And let's see what Spirit has to say for you Capricorns. All right, what is going on? What is the factor, religious factors that are affecting Capricorn today? All right, I'm going to give it another shuffle real quick, and then we're going to start. So all you little goats out there, get in the zone with me. And if you are a rising Capricorn or you have a moon in Capricorn, then this also, pay attention to this reading as well. And if it doesn't resonate with you, I'm sure there's a Capricorn reading out there for you as well, okay? All right, so, all right, let's get started. Capricorn, on both sides of you, I have the Princess of Cups and I have the Prince of Swords. So for some of you, especially in how you approach faith and your love, it's important that your partner or you yourself, the Prince of Swords is a guy that usually is running, balls to the wall with a horse, and he's got a sword, and the wind is blowing, and he's on a mission. And I think sometimes, Capricorn, we tend to say things without really thinking about them. We just are blunt, and, we let them, I'm going to let you know what I think, or this is the way I believe. And you may feel that you're being honest, but also you expect that from somebody else. So I guess it's very important that your partner, or how you approach your love life, truth is very important to you. Getting to the nitty gritty, getting to the truth. But there might be a tendency with you, Capricorn, to be argumentative, because the Prince of Swords loves to argue. And then on the other side, you have the Princess of Cups. And it could be just that you're invited to be a little more sensitive, be a little more empathetic, go with the flow a little better because the cups are watery, and be a little more, don't be so rigid, especially in love. You are meant to enjoy things. But in the center here, I have the Five of Pentacles. And do you feel that it has to be your way, Capricorn, or no way at all? Or that you're going to be missing out on something, or like it ain't morally right if it ain't the way you think? It's there's nothing lacking there, and you don't lose anything by, I guess I'll put it this, I'll frame it this way. You don't lose anything by telling the truth, but don't be cool about it. And you don't lose anything by being warm and sensual and loving and innocent in a lot of ways, and letting others be that way with you too. There doesn't have to be an either or, and you're not lacking anything. Again, this little lack thing, you're not going to lose out on anything. There's nothing to lose by being kind and being open-minded. So I guess that's one of the messages here, is don't be so closed-minded. And especially when you're applying your faith to somebody else, you have to allow the person that you're being with to be themselves as well. And then you have the Queen of Cups here under the Prince of Swords. And the truth of the matter is, with the Queen of Cups, especially for ladies and for gentlemen too, because the Queen of Cups is a feminine energy, but it doesn't necessarily dictate the gender of the person or the Capricorn. It just means that you can be an example, a nurturing example of your faith and how you approach it in your relationships, especially in your love life. It could be an enrichment, being kind, being loving, being an example of what you believe in. But she's the Queen of Cups is Scorpio represented here. You have Capricorn. I have water signs. I have Libra also in this reading as well. There's nothing wrong with being loving and sexy and kind and nurturing and providing security for the person that you're with. These are things that I think the cards are telling me should be qualities that you have. and how you approach it, being a kind and loving, supporting person. And they're going to go, wow, what, you really exemplify your faith because you're so loving and kind and wonderful, and those are good things to have. You don't lose anything in that process. And then you have the Three of Cups here. And the Three of Cups is telling me, well, there's two ways to look at this card. The Three of Cups is generally a celebration. It's a party, getting together with friends, having a good time. This could also mean get around people that are of like mind of yourselves and, enjoy yourself, party. You might meet somebody there. Like I said, these usually when I say, oh, am I going to meet somebody? Yeah, at a party somewhere. And if you are in a relationship, sometimes this could mean a third person. So there's a little caveat there, but I'm just not getting it here right away. I'm just seeing it. It's like, let your hair down, Capricorn, have a good time, and don't be so rigid in your thinking. And really, I think the opportunities for you, because then I have the Ace of Pentacles. Again, you're not losing anything by being open-minded and kind. In fact, you gain everything by those things. This is a new opportunity coming in for you. And of course, with a Capricorn, it's money, business, money, business, money, money. But it also could mean just going to new places, somewhere physical, like saying I travel somewhere or I go somewhere. I go to a party, I go to someone's house. And maybe it's a meeting, you go to a business meeting and you meet somebody, or it could be in your house of worship as well. But I think for you, as far as your love life and how you approach it, being loving and kind, you don't lose anything. In fact, it's, that's a blessing, if anything. But when you become rigid in your thinking and rigid in your faith, and you don't see the other person's side of you, then that's where you can get into trouble. Well, then that's where you could lose. You could lose them. So just lighten up, Capricorn. I know you guys are busy making those money moves and doing everything, but, faith should be a natural expression of love for your fellow man, for your neighbor, and for your partner and your mate. They may have a different faith from you. And that's okay too. My parents seem to make it work. There's a whole bunch of us DS boys running around. So obviously something was working. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Capricorn, if you want to talk about how you approach faith in your relationships, I'd love to talk to you about it. And maybe we can have a great discussion. So if you liked it, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. And also, if you want your own love reading with me, we can have 45 minutes together to get to the nitty gritty of whatever it is that you want to talk about. Go to tarotbymarco.com and you could book your own private love reading with me. And just another thing too, I'm the type of guy that, I don't care what you want to talk about as far as your love reading. If you want to talk about the married guy that, keeps a look at you at the office, we'll talk about it. Or what's your ex doing? We could talk about that. I'm not here to judge you. That, a lot of readers, and you see it all the time. Oh, honey, leave him. Oh, honey, you should love yourself. Well, bitch, I didn't ask that. You didn't ask that of me. You asked me to read your cards about whatever subject it is, and I'm happy to do it because I'm not here to judge you, and I'm not here to psychoanalyze you. I'm just here to relay what Spirit has to tell you about it. And believe me, Spirit is not going to sugarcoat it. And Spirit is not going to tell you what you want to hear. That's one thing that I always want to make clear with love readings or anything else. I won't always tell you what you want to hear, but I'll always tell you the truth because Spirit is always going to tell you the truth. So I love you guys. You have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will be talking to you tomorrow for your weekly reading for the week ahead. Okay? Guys, take care. All right. Bye, Capricorn.